Removing building from Fortnite was a good thing, which is kind of crazy to say because building made Fortnite. At least that's what everyone thinks. Before you type comment, just hear me out because I don't think building was Fortnite's biggest strength anymore. I think it had became its biggest problem because by 2021, Fortnite had a crisis that almost no one wanted to acknowledge, and removing building may have been the thing that saved the game. Let me explain, because on paper, Fortnite was thriving. It still had millions of players, constant updates, and huge collabs. But there was one issue. If you stopped playing for a few months and came back, the game felt impossible. And what started as players throwing up a wall for cover had evolved into box fights, triple edge, piece control, mechanics that took hundreds or thousands of hours to learn. It was more of a skill canyon instead of a skill gap. And for new players, that canyon kept getting wider. Then in March 2022, you know what happened. They removed building. Laserbeam called it the worst thing that ever happened to many. And pros like NRZ8 said he hadn't seen a single player who could build to actually enjoy it. And if you were around back then, that reaction made complete sense. Because if building was Fortnite, how could removing it possibly help? Except something weird happened. Ninja, the guy who basically put Fortnite on the map, said it was the most fun he's ever had in Fortnite in years. Tfue with Tune the Hatman said the same thing. And it wasn't just streamers. Queue times for Zero Build were shortened into the Battle Royale mode within days. And players who had quit because of skill canyon finally had a way back in. For the first time in a long time, success wasn't determined by who could edit the fastest. It was determined by positioning, aim, movement, and decision making. The goal was to give players another way to experience Fortnite, a way that didn't require years of practice just to keep up. Because experience is what made it fun, and Zero Build brought it back. And that's why I think Epic was right. Not because building was bad. Because building is still one of the most unique mechanics ever put in a shooter. But a feature can still be amazing and still create a problem. The better players got at building, the harder Fortnite became for everyone else. And Zero Build solved that problem. It gave returning players a way back into the game. It gave new players a chance to compete. And it gave people who already quit a reason to come back. But it didn't fully solve the problem, because it wasn't dominant enough to show off since Battle Royale did so much better, but they were so right to add it. Zero Build increased the game's longevity by 4 years. It saved Fortnite by making sure building wasn't the only way to play. This is a relatively small channel, and so it would help a lot if you liked and subscribed. You have a good week, and I'll see you next time.